Islam, shalom, hola, aloha, bonjour, assalamu alaikum, osio. This is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you, I really do appreciate your viewership. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's jump back into it. Today I want to talk about strange events, current events. These are some of the new discoveries or revelations that have been happening this year and the last previous year. So from about 2022 till now, these are some of the events that are rather strange. I often thought that it could be because they've been doing some experimentations with the CERN, that's CERN technology, but it's only speculation at this point. But one of the new discoveries I want to talk about first is the discovery of a substance called dark oxygen. All right, so this substance is completely new, never before seen or even conceived by scientists in this day and age. So what dark oxygen is, to my understanding, is some type of mineral, a stone, a type of metal or something, but it's found at the bottom of the ocean. Now, they found this mineral about 13,000 feet underneath the surface of the water. And what's amazing about this mineral is that it produces oxygen in a way never before seen. So most people are aware of the active photosynthesis when plants convert sunlight and water into fuel for themselves, and then the byproduct, oxygen. Well, plants absorb carbon dioxide and sunlight and water, and then they use the process of photosynthesis to create oxygen as their as like a byproduct of that chemical reaction. All right, so that's basic. Excuse me for stumbling a little bit on that, but just to so we can get like a basic concept in the sciences of exactly what this substance is and how amazing this is. Like, it's almost something out of like a science fiction novel or something like that. Like, I personally haven't conceived anything like this, and I'm sure most other scientists wouldn't have. But I'm not sure if the ancients had any idea or any knowledge of this new mineral, but it's called dark oxygen, and it pretty much just creates oxygen out of, as far as my understanding, out of nothing. I'm not sure exactly what chemical process or type of reaction is going on with this mineral, but it creates oxygen. So oxygen is being created at the bottom of our oceans, fam. Who knows if it has anything to do with like Atlanteans or lost civilizations that allegedly went into the ocean. The seas rose up and covered them with the great floods of antiquity. I have no idea if it has anything to do with that, but honestly, as I'm making this video, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, my skin is like, my hairs are standing up because I'm getting like, that energy from just talking about this exciting discovery and this information. It's like the world is so wondrous, and there's always being something revealed, and this is the age of revelation. So as far as it being a completely new discovery, it's just a revelation of something that's already been here, fam. Or other speculations is it could be things happening with the dimensional shifts and rifts because of the CERN technology, and these discoveries may not actually be from the reality or the dimension that we have become accustomed to. You get what I'm saying? If you catch my drift and my flow. But that's just one. So dark oxygen, once I heard about that, it made me think about dark matter and how that is studied and how that is one of the high sciences that is very unknown. And it also made me think about the particle that was discovered that somewhat exists and doesn't exist. So what I mean by this particle is pretty much when it's observed. So when you look at it, when it's observed, it's material. It's say it's solid material when it's observed. But when you're not observing it, it's anything or it's nothing. You get what I'm saying? So when you look at it, it becomes something. When you don't look at it, it's nothing or it's anything. It changes shape, form, whatever. If you can wrap your mind around that concept and you can appreciate how wondrous a discovery like that is, like completely real. It's not AI generated. It's not a concept. It's not something that someone imagined. It's not science fiction. It's definitely non-fiction. Like this stuff is really going on. Like these breakthroughs, these new discoveries are really happening, and it's just unfolding right before our eyes. And a lot of people are so distracted, so consumed with just the hustle and bustle of daily life, and they really can't appreciate the wondrous discoveries that are being revealed right before us all. It should be a global awakening. Like we should all be uniting and increasing our vibration and consciousness, rising it, increasing it for the better. But yeah, the dark oxygen is very, very interesting to me. I can't wait to hear more about it. The second one is you may have seen or heard reports on the news or social media about a second moon coming into Earth's orbit. Now that's something straight out of like a science fiction. Like I never thought that would happen. I assume like adding a second moon to our atmosphere would be what potentially cause like massive tidal waves, because most people know that, or I assume most people know that the moon affects the currents and the tides on the Earth. So adding a second moon to our orbit. Now the so-called scientists or the study say that it's an asteroid, a large asteroid that's going to orbit the Earth for about 57 days, like 2 months. And it's going to leave our solar system, or this part of our solar system, and it's going to be back in a few years. There's speculation saying that it could be a satellite from a intelligence that is not from Earth, so a extraterrestrial intelligence. There's speculation that it could be a satellite sent here to observe us for that time. Speculation, or it could just be, some space debris. You know what I'm saying? It could just be, it really just could be a rock or asteroid or something, a larger one that. The report said that it changed trajectory to actually head toward our planet. It could have been pulled from gravitational forces. I'm not sure how space debris could, on its own, without some kind of external stimuli, some kind of external force being exerted upon it to actually just change course. You know what I'm saying? If our understanding of how the universe and how space operates, that's still just speculation. It's still just, honestly, it's still just theory. It's all theoretical. And if you know anything about theories, it's just a brain baby. It's just a thought baby. It's just a thought child. It's not real. It hasn't really been substantiated. It's just a really, really good hypothesis. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we're getting a second moon, and I'm not sure if it's like, I'm not sure if people are really grasping how amazing this is, how concerning this could potentially be. It almost seems like we're not in our same dimension, or we're not in our same reality as, somebody growing up through the 90s and early 2000s and things of that nature. The concepts that we had back then to now have changed so much. Things that we thought was real, fake, and it's the amount of new discoveries happening now in the age of revealing. It's just too much to ignore. It's too much to just keep going about your daily life and only focusing on you. You just focusing on yourself, inward. We have to focus inward and outward, and I really believe a lot of us should really focusing on raising our vibration, because something could be a global event, a planetary event, an astrological event. Something could be on its way. Something could be happening. Who knows how this second moon is going to affect the currents on Earth? Who knows what's going to happen on its arrival and on its and when it leaves, pretty much. Who knows what type of effects that's going to happen, because as far as I know, throughout the history of mankind, this hasn't happened. There's been reports, ancient tales of like the planet X or Nibiru, but those are just ancient stories. I don't know any living person who has firsthand knowledge of that. So it's very, very concerning, very, very interesting. Honestly, it's very, very interesting. I try to remove that spirit of fear, and I just want to be open to these revelations. I want the secrets of the universe to be revealed to me. I'm ready for the Most High to let us know exactly what our purpose is here. If it goes that way. But moving along to the next discovery is there has been a number of new species found. Many new species. Sea creatures, land creatures, things that have never been seen before. It almost seems unreal. Like every time I see something new with like a new animal species or new animal behavior that has been filmed or discovered, it just makes me think like the animals are getting whatever download, whatever cosmic energies, whatever shift is going on. The animals will be the first before us, before most of us, I would say, to receive, these updates or these downloads. And the fact that these creatures have never been seen, never been filmed, documented, these activities, these behaviors have never been seen or documented, it's very, very interesting. If you know me since I was a young man, I've always been very, very interested in animals, wildlife, biology, things of that nature. So the fact that over 100 new species have been discovered off of the coast of Chile and off of the coast of New Zealand. So that's two different locations. So that's over 200 new sea species, ocean dwelling species that have been discovered, filmed, documented. And that's just in the water. As far as on the land, I assume most people have heard about these underground ancient forest caves that have been discovered in China. In 2022, there was a discovery of a huge cavern or cave system, but inside of this huge cavern and cave system is a forest, and inside that forest it has been almost like a time capsule. So there are native fauna and flora that hasn't been seen or documented for hundreds or thousands of years. All right, fauna are animals, flora are plants. Just in layman's terms. But the fact that new plant life, technically not new because it's ancient, it's just these plants and some of these creatures have not lived on the surface, so they're accustomed to the ancient forest. I assume the ancient forest of how the earth used to be. I know oxygen levels on earth were a lot higher in the ancient past. There was a lot more trees. So if you know anything about biology, the more oxygen in the environment, pure oxygen, so the oxygen that we breathe now is very, very polluted. A very, very low percentage of actual oxygen that we're breathing, but the oxygen concentration in the air was a lot larger. Now I want to say, liken our planet to the movie Avatar with the blue beings, with the blue people. How huge and lush those forests were, how large some of the species grew. More oxygen means things grow bigger. Animals grew bigger. Plants grew bigger. So there were much larger insects. There were so-called dinosaurs, larger lizard species, or so-called dragons, if you lean to that part of antiquity. They say human beings grew a lot larger. There were reports of giants and things of that nature. Even biblically, they say giants still existed on Earth for a certain time. Even when explorers first got to the so-called New World, America, they found giants here. Indigenous tales of giants. So things grew a lot bigger in the ancient past, is what I'm pretty much saying. And it's very, very interesting. So the fact that these ancient forests have been discovered, and I know the one in China, I'm going to post an article screenshot, but I know there's one in China, and I believe there's one in Vietnam or somewhere around that region. I want to say it's in Vietnam. That there's a huge underground cave or cavern system, and there's a forest inside of there, and there's a lot of plants and animals that are not on the surface. Very, very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Makes me think about that old movie Journey to the Center of the Earth. Yeah, I wanted to make a quick video. It's about 20 minutes. Not too quick, but I really did want to go over these current events for you. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay, and then this America More. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think about these events. Leave a comment and let me know what you would like to hear me speak more about. And like, share, subscribe. Peace.